What up, though? What's good, people? Everybody in the building checking in. This is After Further Review, week 11 edition. Yes, week 11. We are 11 weeks in to this show, man. Consistently showing up. Give it up for yourselves, man. Give it up for yourselves. I am Aaron Duncan. You can follow me on all social media over here at Dunk On Demand on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow the page at UB Sports Talk on TikTok as well. I post shorts on there. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate you hitting the like button as well. If you're not new here, if you're on the replay squad, this is the After Further Review. We do a live show where we go in-depth analysis on the game of your favorite team. If you're watching the replay, it's probably going to be a little edited down because there's copyrights that happen when you post film breakdowns that we're going to get into tonight. So if you want to see unedited, full, uncut, raw, straight, dope, make sure you join it. Become a member of the channel. You can be a rookie or a vet. Rookie is a full way to get full replays. If you want to be a vet, you're going to get full replays plus individual special breakdowns that the other level doesn't get. Just another way to show support for the channel. I really appreciate all the love from everybody. Shout out to all the members on the channel showing hella support. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. It keeps everything cranked up and going. It helps. It helps. It's the lifeline of the channel. So I appreciate all the love. Let's get into the chat real quick. Said Chicken Wayne said I'm busy rocking the baby to sleep. I wasn't. I was having technical difficulties. I don't know if I put the stream at the wrong time, but it would not let me go live from my software for some reason. I don't know. Streaming, what up, though? J Rock the Ruler, what up, though? Old school Panthers fan in the building. What's up, man? What up, though? J47, what up, though? Cam Dalton, what up, though? Earl Locklear, what's good? No, I didn't mean to be another day. Nicole Ivory, what up, though? Kevin in the building, what up, Kevin? What up, though? Daniel Woo, what up, though? DTL, what up, though? Slick Vic in the building, what's good, brother? 448 in the chat, hey. Shout out to 448. Hall JW, what up, though? So he missed me at the game. Yeah, man, I was with my pops and the fam. So I hung out a little bit to go to the bathroom, but I didn't stay around too long. I didn't tailgate this time because I had the fam with me. Trizzy, what up, though? Andre, what is good? Andre Auburn, what up, though? Odie, what up, though? See how loyal we are. Rez, what's good? What up, though? Big Chief in the building, what up, though? So cool to still have meaningful games. Josh, what up? Keep pounding. Dana Lowe said, what's good, man? We was out there styling the profile of Ric Flair style because that, you want to enjoy the taste of victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Hey, man, don't get me too excited. We got another game coming up. It's time to get back to business. Mr. Luke Cage, what up, though? Shane, what up, though? Rome 1031, what up, though? FPFO in the building. Yeah, I got the Reaper tee. I got the white Reaper. White Carolina Reaper tee on. Shout out to FPFO, man. They just dropped another line of t-shirts. So I had to rock the original John. They just dropped another line of t-shirts. The Reaper 316, some Nalo shirts. Nick Rosa, what up, though? Hunter McDonald, what up, though? Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind. We're going to get rocking and rolling here soon and very soon. Tez, what up, though? So, again, tonight, got a jam-packed show. Shout out to Nick Rosa just becoming a member. Hold on. Got to give a little DJ horn. If you got some kids, turn it down about 3, 2, 1. Shout out to Nick Rosa becoming a member. Shout out to you on the support. Appreciate you joining the gang. Appreciate you joining the gang and joining the family. Underground West, what up, though? Scream, what's good? What up, though? Said the tea is fine. Appreciate it. All right, so jam-packed show. Jam-packed show. We're talking about the reason behind Bryce's breakout game. We're going to look at the tape, and I get to tell y'all I told you so. So, I love when the research I do from way back when comes to fruition, and I can like show the receipts and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to talk about T-Mac's spectacular game. We're going to look at some tape on him. And then on defense, we're going to talk about just some unsung heroes that stepped up. We're going to look at the tape on that as well. Just a lot of things to get into, man. So I'm super excited for tonight's show. How y'all doing though? How y'all doing? There's a lot going on. We're 6-5 going into week 12. Like I said, meaningful football this time of year. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I can honestly say I have not run one mock draft simulator yet. I haven't even watched much college football, except being disappointed by the Gamecocks week in and week out. I haven't really watched much football in college. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what's going on with the prospects. I know a few that I see on Twitter, but I ain't really been in the weeds like that, because the Panthers, we have bigger fish to fry, right? We have bigger fish to fry. We're not focusing on the draft right now. We're looking at this year, the present. The present is now. You know what I'm saying? The present is now, because look, dude, this is a different feeling. And before I get into the news, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but some of these people piss me off. I'm not going to lie. Some of these fans piss me off. And I get it. There's a lot of trauma from being a Panthers fan. But, like, don't come at me with this being realistic. That's the new thing, being realistic. Being realistic. That's what the new thing is. Like, trying to water down expectations, excitement, and just it's weird, man. It's weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's been a minute since we've been able to be in a position like this where the playoffs are actually like on the menu. But like, don't give me this realistic stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not saying we're winning the Super Bowl. And that's a lot of the straw man argument that the realistic fans are been trying to push. But like, don't try to, we're not going to make the playoffs. We have a brutal back end of the schedule. We're not going to beat this team. We're not going to beat that team. So-and-so looks like this. So-and-so looks like that. I don't care about all that. I don't care about all that, man. Like, they got to put this stuff between the lines, bro. I don't care about that paper. I don't care about the paper. If you haven't learned anything this season, it's that paper don't mean nothing. The football is played between the white lines. Same people that thought we were going to lose to the Cowboys and lose to the Packers telling me that we need to be realistic. We're not gonna finish strong. We have a brutal back end of the schedule. I just don't see us. I just don't see us getting past this team or that team. This is not the year that you're gonna write anybody off. This is not the year that you write any team off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't try to pull this realistic stuff with me, man. Let people be excited. This is an exciting time. Like, golly, is it just trauma? Is it trauma from David Tepper over all these years that has you just like neutering yourself of wanting to enjoy the ride? It's gotta be trauma. I don't fully blame you. I blame David. Like, them team, they put the dudes on their team put their pants on one leg at a time, just like our Carolina Panthers do. They got kids and mouths to feed at home, just like our Carolina Panthers do. They got to play that game on the grass, man. They got to play the game on the grass. So I'm not writing us off against anybody. This ain't the year to do it. So don't give me that whole realistic thing and let's da, because some of them, again, they're just trying to be negative. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. Like, give it a break. Give it a break. You know what I'm saying? Give it a break. You know, like on paper, the Falcons had a number one pass defense in the league, giving up like 162 yards. Bryce Young damn near tripled that. Damn near tripled the output. You just never know. T-Mac, they gave up 162 yards per game. T-Mac had 130 himself. Let's enjoy the ride, man. Don't write your team off. Let's just enjoy it. Let's enjoy it. All right? That's all I got to say. Starting there. All right. Let's get into the Panthers news. First things first. There's some injury news we got to start with. So it looks like Trevin Wallace is going to be out again. And now Christian Rosebloom is out. In the final, second to last drive, I guess, in the Falcons game, Christian Rosebloom came up with a hurt hamstring. And so now the Carolina Panthers are going to be down 2 starting linebackers. Our biggest fears going into the season, one of the groups was linebacker. If not the starters, it was definitely the depth. So our biggest fears currently are really coming to light. Like, why? Why now? Trevin with the shoulder being week to week. I didn't know they already pronounced him out. I thought it was week to week. So I just don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll get a full injury report tomorrow. Everything gets delayed one day because of the Monday game. But I know Rosebloom was out. The way he was grabbing that hamstring during the game, he's out this week. He's definitely out this week. We'll see what the long-term prognosis is. But this late bye week is killing us. We need it. We need that bye week like air. But we're going to get Claude and Sherrills and Chris Barnes, maybe? Van Martin Scott, maybe? I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other guy name, number 55. Number 55. He went in during the Falcons game. I'm not even going to pronounce his name. I'll learn it in a few days if he starts. But I'm not even going to try to pronounce it on here. I'm not going to embarrass myself. And I'm not going to disrespect him. But number 55 is a potential guy. So, again, a position that we had questions about already going into the season. There's some promise showed by Trevin Wallace and even Christian Rosebloom together. We missed one, got the dub still. Now we're missing both. Kev192 brought up the point. They did bring back Jacoby Wimmer. Jacoby Wimmer played ball for us last year. Started 2 games, 18 tackles. I think he had a sack and a half. So there's options that have experience. I like Chris Barnes. I don't know why they don't like Chris Barnes. I don't know why they don't, but he has starting experience. You know what I'm saying? But they feel some type of way. I don't think they go with Bam Martin Scott. But the thought of inexperienced linebackers going against Christian McCaffrey in pass coverage, it is a little concerning. But like what Buddy say in that video, it is a little concerning, but I keep that thing too. We keep that thing too. You come around here, you will get clapped. We got Morig, who is a de facto linebacker. And he gonna pop some pass. Sherrills, he gonna pop some pass. So it's a little concerning, but we keep that thing too. You come around here, you will get clapped. Hey, this is funny. This is funny. I do always say Rosebloom. I do, and I spell it the same way too. I don't know why I can't shake it. I can't shake it for no reason. Because I've been trying to look up pictures and his name and stats, and I enter it wrong. I cannot, for the life of me, shake it. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. Sassy but classy Cassie. That's a bar. It tastes like victory. Hey, but again, we'll see what the injury report says. I thought Wallace was week to week. If we can at least get Wallace back, I don't know if I saw Joe Person say he was out already, but I'm like, how do we know? With a week off and then a full week plus an extra day, I would love for Wallace to be able to come back and gut it out. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But we'll see. I just saw, let's get to the super chat real quick. Carolina Mars said we need that bye week to come quick. 2 more games, man. 2 more games. Shout out my guy Slick Vic becoming a member. I'm about to drop a DJ horn. So turn your volume down if you got it on full blast. 3, 2, 1. Shout out to Vic. Big time, long time supporter of the channel, man. Shout out to my guy. I ain't seen Vic in about a year and some change since the PNP live show. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. Man, I thought I adjusted this though. I hurt my hand, man. I don't know what I did to my thumb. I can't even clap. Said my dunk voice. We're gonna be real about Derek Brown not being a bust like them Clemson fans said. Sorry, I had to keep it in rotation. Dude, you ain't gonna never let them live that down. Because is Isaiah Simmons, is he on the street? Or he got a team? Shit, we might need to call up Isaiah while you playing, we need some linebackers. We might need to call up Isaiah Simmons. While you playing, we need to call up Isaiah Simmons. See what he up to. See what he up to, man. Shoot. I'm over here seeing pictures of Luke Kuechly putting jerseys on shoulder pads in lockers. He need to put the shoulder pads on his shoulders. Brother, we need you. We need you. We need you. Shout out to Bo Sox. What up, though? Member. Kevinology, what up, though? Uh-oh, my guy, Mr. Go 30. I got to get my horn and the applause for the big time super chat. $49.99. He said, buy that Bel Air early this week. Hey, man, he calling the shot. Hey, shout out to Mr. Go 30 for taking care of the blue bottle. For the blue bottle for this week. This is, and I ain't want to jinx it. I told y'all about me buying the other week, but look, if y'all gonna push me, I'm gonna do it. This is a huge super chat, man. I really appreciate the support, dog. Mr. Go 30, one of my favorite content creators, one of the funniest guys out here, man. Got to get him back on the show too. It's been a minute. Been a couple years. But we up. It's been some dark times, but we up. This is our year. This is our year. We getting restitution. Mr. Go 30 said he buy that Bel Air early. I'm sipping on Bel Air. I'm just on Bel Air. When we're from Germany. Get that little blue. I ain't getting no baby bottle of blood in. I'm getting the big bottle of blood. Shout out to Mr. Go 30, man. Getting the big bottle of Le Bleu. But again, man, appreciate you. I gotta get you. Like I said, I gotta get you on the show. Maybe we can shoot something live. If I'm in town, whenever. We'll see. But I appreciate you, bro. Big time, man. Big time. One more round of applause for that, man. One more round of applause for my guy on the support, man. Doing it big, man. I'm trying to get to where he at. I'm trying to get to where he at, man. But shout out to Jarrell Mason on the super chat as well. Appreciate you. So it feels like we're peaking at the right time. The national narrative of us will be changed if we beat San Francisco on Monday. Looks like we may be a year ahead of schedule in terms of rebuild. And I don't want to get too far ahead. I was going to save this discussion for the bye week just to see where we were, but I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree. If you've been watching the channel, I could probably pull the receipt if I want to, but I said that I thought the second year would be the year that we'd be able to compete for the division, and then as we start to do things, whatever. But I'm not gonna lie and say I saw this coming. I didn't. But we finally got a lot of stuff to average. We're not even like great. There's not a lot of things we're great at right now, right? We just got the average at a lot of places. We start doing the little things, and then look what we do. Now we're competing. Like I said, we don't even have a ton of elite talent. We have a couple of elite players, but we just got the average. We got the defense to average. We got the O-line to average and up to above average. We got a nice running game. And now we got a diverse set of receivers that can attack in different ways. And now we're actually competitive. And when you can run the ball, you're going to be able to punch above your weight class. You're going to punch above your weight class. And so we'll be able to hang with a lot of teams when you can run the ball. We got to get that run game back going. But I agree. Dude, the beauty about it is we're 6-5, and we haven't, and I said this last week, we haven't put together a full a performance of both sides of the ball, playing a good game. We haven't played our best ball yet. We just saw the best version of Bryce Young. And this week, 11? And the running game was struggling. So once we get the running game back on track, if we can keep Bryce Young playing the way he is, again, you're saying it, peaking at the right time. It feels weird to be like, oh, we don't know what our identity is fully yet. And it's week 11. Like, I mean, what if Bryce Young flips the switch like he did last season on the back end? And we go and he finishes hot. And we can really talk about something. But I agree. Monday is a huge opportunity. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. I got to get to the content. That blah. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the super chat. Said, does Josie still got a headache? Call him up, man. Call him up. I hope he's doing all right though, man. For him to still be having concussion symptoms from week 11, what was that? 14 last year to training camp. That's crazy. That's crazy to get your bell rung like that, man. It's crazy. But yeah, we're definitely learning to winning in different ways. Shootouts, overtimes. We blew a team out like the Falcons. We had these ugly defensive struggles as well. It's cool seeing this young team learn how to win. You're going to take some lumps, just like the Saints game. That was a learning experience. I don't think Bryce Young goes crazy and the offense kind of does what it does if we don't lose to the Saints, unfortunately. So I'm kind of over that one. The Cardinals game is probably one that's going to make me lose sleep because the table was set. I mean, the Saints game, if we don't fumble that Jimmy Horn handoff, we probably end up playing horrible and we win. And maybe the whole narrative is different. I mean, Bryce Young played horrible, but I think what really did us in was the Jimmy Horn fumble. That's just me. But we'll talk about that during the bye week. We'll keep positive vibes going, not crying over spilled milk. All right, man. Dude, I thought this thing was locked. Okay. All right, cool. So it's time to get to the slides, man. Time to get to the slides. All right, the offensive performance. Let's talk about it. So, the explosive pass game. Man, 12 explosive passes according to PFF. Explosive pass is 15 plus yards. We had 12 of those. That was the most in a Panthers game since I think the 2015 season. Crazy. 12, 15 plus yard plays. Bryce Young, listen to this. Bryce Young was 37th in deep throw percentage coming into this game. At 7.4%. Only threw deep over 20 yards, 7.4%. That was a lot of the criticism from the media this week, was him not throwing deep. So only 7.4% going into this game. On Sunday, his deep throw percentage was 11.1, which was only 14th in the league, but going from 37th all season to adding 4% and being more aggressive, pushing the ball down the field, it was everything for us. And again, the explosive pass game was huge for us. The biggest thing for the explosive was also yards after catch. We had, of Bryce Young's 448 yards, 245 came after the catch. Yes, 245 yards after the catch. It's just amazing what can happen. You can boost your stats when you have Yak. You can have Yak, Brock Purdy, the Rams, and Matt Stafford. All these guys, they benefit from having yards after catch. It's a product of the system. The Shanahan systems, they get these guys moving laterally. They get the ball in space on screens. They get the ball in their hands on the move, and they're able to add yards after the catch. Being able to throw the ball 4 yards downfield or 6 yards downfield and Tommy Tremble add 45 of them, that's amazing. Amazing. T-Mac, to catch a 12 to 15-yard crossing route, then add like 15 to 20 on the back end of it after the catch. To Xavier Legette, catch a 5-yard route in the scramble drill, then add 15 onto that. The Yak, we've been missing it for years. Bryce Young's first 2 years in the league, 2023, 2024, we were last in the NFL in yards after catch per reception. It just seems like a lot of these guys, they either A, just aren't creative after the catch, B, Bryce Young is not putting it in the perfect position for them to catch and run. I think a lot of it has to do with him being an anticipatory guy. He throws it to spots, so he's not necessarily always putting it right on a guy's chest or in his numbers. You know what I'm saying? And I also think it's a product of Dave Canales' system sometimes. Right? And so I just think it all came together. 245 yards after the catch is crazy work. And I know it's not going to be that bountiful every week, but this needs to be something that we build off of. It just feels like everything on our offense is so difficult. So being able to get them free yards, whether it's Rico out of the backfield, Rico had 55 yards receiving. He didn't catch anything like downfield. Everything were checkdowns. You know? And so the explosive pass game was just everything, man. Everything. I thought the other thing for the performance was the target distribution. 9 different players caught a pass. Again, you saw Rico getting involved. Tommy got involved. Mitchell Evans got involved. JT Sanders caught passes. Chuba finally caught one. He dropped 2, but he got one. Literally everybody got involved except Jimmy Horn Jr. You know what I'm saying? You know? And so it's a beautiful thing. And I think Bryce is at its best when he can spread the ball around. And I said it last week that like I was nervous that he was falling into that whole Deontay Johnson trap where you get locked in on him and you start forcing it. And they just talked about how it was just a lack of trust with the other weapons. That wasn't the case this week. That wasn't the case this week. The trust factor was definitely there. Yeah, Jimmy had an opportunity. I think who caught that pass? I think on the Coker conversion, one of the deep Coker conversions, Jimmy was open. So, man, it's spreading the ball around, starting with T-Mac, being the lead dog, and I talked about it post-game. This is the best rendition of what we expected to see from our big 3 receivers when we traded Adam Thielen. T-Mac being that bona fide lead dog. Xavier Legette getting explosive plays down the field and after the catch. And then Jalen Coker being that slot chain mover, replacing what Adam Thielen was, somebody that you can depend on, somebody that you can trust, and that's going to do the dirty work across the middle. Everybody ate. You know what I'm saying? In that order. And you saw the results on the field. You shredded the top passing defense in the league. You know what I mean? So it's just a beautiful thing when it comes together. Beautiful thing when it comes together. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all got the chat popping, man. Keep the discussions going, man. Keep the discussions going. Yeah, they didn't know who to cover. They didn't know who to cover. And that's a beautiful thing. Because the whole thing with Dave Canal is like, we're T-Mac's getting the ball, T-Mac's getting the ball, T-Mac's getting the ball. And then we'll use the attention that T-Mac gets to open up opportunities for everybody else. This is the rendition of it. And I think it just took Bryce Young, like I said, trusting. That's what we made. That's the video we looked at last week. I showed you guys that were open that Bryce Young just wasn't trusting. Whether it's the protection or the guys, he just didn't give them a chance. And this week he gave them a chance and they rewarded them. And so when that happens, you continue to build that trust and there's going to be more opportunities down the line. Again, this is a young team. We're still growing. We're going to get to the guy y'all talk about in the chat for sure. For sure. Last but not least on the offensive performance, the run game continues to struggle. Rico Dowdle averaged 2.4 yards per carry. This is the second consecutive week that he's been under 3 yards per carry. Now, you can say all you want. We talked about it last week. Everybody was saying that the Saints just sold out to stop the run and force Bryce Young to beat them. I guess. This week, same thing, but Bryce Young actually beat them. So it's starting to become uncomfortable for me. I'm not gonna lie. And I love Bryce Young dotting everybody up. I love the 440-something passing yards, but I don't know if y'all been outside to check the mail lately, to walk your dog, to see the kids off to the bus. It's cold outside, man. It is cold outside. It's a little bit unseasonably a little bit warm at times, but in the morning and at night, and sometimes during the day randomly, it'll get a little bit cold and it's going to keep getting a little bit windy. You know what I mean? And that's just not ideal since scenario to throw the ball around 45 times. Shoot, playing indoors, shoot, the way Bryce Young looked in the dome, we might need to put a dome over Bank of America Stadium. We might need to put a dome over Bank of America Stadium. But you're not going to have that luxury every week. Yeah, we get to play in Tampa twice. We're going to play at home in Charlotte, and it doesn't get super, super cold there. But again, this time of the year, the weather is changing. We need to be able to establish the run still. 400-some yards passing is cool, but I would much rather have Bryce Young consistently hitting 250 yards. And then us running the ball for another 150 versus having 500 yards to the offense and 440 coming in the air, right? But again, as the weather starts to change, we need to discover our running game. I think it's imperative for us to take the opportunity to establish this run again. I think so. But I just want to see, I want to see balance. Because when you have that running game, it allows us to control the clock, to shorten the game, to give our defense a break. It's one thing to play complementary football by being able to hold up your end of the bargain, putting up points, but being able to control the clock, keep them off the field, keep them fresh, limit the possessions that they have to go out there on defense. That's the way you're able to, again, punch above your weight class. The way we beat the Packers, that's the way that you beat teams that are better, quote unquote, better than you on paper. You control the clock when you have the ball. You force them to drive the length of the field. Don't give up big plays, and you tighten up in the red zone. You shorten the ball so they only get a few possessions. Right? And so that's how you limit these better or more explosive teams that you go against, or more talented teams that you go against. And so having the ability to run the ball is the ultimate neutralizer. So I think we have to get this run game going. The good news and the bad news is, Chuba Hubbard looks a lot more explosive now. He looks healthy. He even admitted that he probably came back too early, which makes 100% of sense of what I've been saying on this channel for the past month. Golly, it feels good to be dang justified, because the argument of the fan base just pissed me off so bad. It just feels cool to hear that, okay, I'm not going crazy. Chuba is not cooked. He just probably came back too early. He only had 4 carries, but that looked like old Chuba. He was getting downhill in a hurry. He was slashing. He was finishing runs. He had nice bursts. The hands, that looked like old Chuba, unfortunately. But we have 2 backs. I do think Rico is a little bit banged up. He definitely doesn't look as explosive as he was before, but still capable enough to make plays, as you can see in space in the passing game. But I definitely want to see us get this running game back going. And it's not that they're just selling out and loading the box. That's not what they're doing. We're just getting our lunch ate. Do I think a lot of it has to do with us continuing to flip combinations of O-line? Yes, I think that's finally starting to catch up to us. I think all the people that are in and out is finally starting to catch up to us. I think so. And so they got to figure something out. They got to get back to those gap schemes. You know, and let's balance this offense out. I'm all for doing what it takes on a week-to-week basis to win the game, but I definitely want to see this running game come back alive. For sure. For sure. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up if you have not. We rocking and rolling here on After Further Review. I am your host, Aaron Duncan. Again, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Become a member if you want to get full unedited replays of the show, and also bonus film breakdowns. We're here talking about the Panthers' big time win over the Falcons. Yeah, this is definitely why a stable of running backs. It's just a violent position, man. Like, you literally get hit every play, even when you're not getting the ball. If you pass blocking, you're hitting. If you're running the ball, you're getting hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready. I'm really to see. Let's kind of, it don't have to be 50-50 and alternate series like it was before. But I think Chuba is ready for a little bit larger of a menu of carries. Rico definitely has the receiving game on lock 100%. 100%. I don't know. Like I said, that looked like old Chuba dropping them passes out there, unfortunately. But it's not like he ain't work. He works on his hands every day. He's on the dang what's it called, machine every day. Judge machine every day. I think he sleep with it. I think he sleeps with it. So, yeah, I'll be at the game too, man. I'll be at the game too. All right, so back to the slides. We are getting ready for some tape, but got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Bryce Young, the Carolina Reaper. Bryce Young's performance, man. Oh, man, this passing chart is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bryce Young, 31 of 45, 448 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, had 0 turnover-worthy plays, according to Pro Football Focus. This guy was locked in, man. This is how you want a passing chart to look. Nothing but green dots. We love seeing green dots and not seeing red. That's how I feel when I'm driving there. You want to see all them green lights. You don't want to get stopped at no red lights. All greens. You know it's going to be a good day when you get all green lights in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, but like this is nice, man. You're attacking all three levels of the defense. Under 10 yards. Look at this. You're peppering. You only miss what? 1, 2, 3. Only missed 3 within the 0 to 10 yard range. And then from the 10 to 20, we talked about the intermediate. Intermediate is where Bryce Young needs to make his money. And again, he wasn't doing it before. But like this intermediate, that 10 to 20 range, beautiful. You see the long ball here. You even see the long attempt. I don't even remember that play. Is this the one where he got hit as he threw? I don't know. But man, what a game by this guy, man. To do it in the circumstances with the hurt ankle, with half the chat on last week's show wanting to pack his 2 men, wanting to be the 2 men in the truck to get him out of town. Is a great performance, man. It's a great performance. Cali Blue, I'm going to be at the what is it called? The Red Rally, the Rally Zone, whatever, pregame tailgate. Holla at me. But man, this is crazy. So I wanted to look at the film and talk about some things. And the reason why I thought the difference was this week was we actually got back to what, like, and I talked about it. There's this tough balance of Bryce Young can throw well out of shotgun. Rico Dowdle and the running backs run better under center because of all the gap scheme stuff. We don't have a super wide variety of runs out of the gun. We can build on it. I think we need to take some pages out of the Packers, but that's another discussion for another day. Probably an off-season thing for them to build on, because you can establish a run game out of the gun still, but this is like it's a push-pull. But it felt like this game was the game that Dave was just like, okay, our passing game is just so bad. It's so bad. Like, we have to be able to find what Bryce is comfortable with. Clearly, he wasn't confident. Clearly, he wasn't comfortable. Clearly, he wasn't in rhythm against the Saints. We have to find something. So we did a lot more shotgun. We did way more shotgun. So I did the math. In weeks 1 through 10, the percentage of plays we were in shotgun was 62%. 62% for weeks 1 through 10 is what we were in shotgun with Bryce Young. Obviously, taking out the game where he didn't play, the Bills game. But week 11, we were in shotgun 74.7% of the time. So an increase of 12.5% in shotgun plays. Being able to be shotgun with Bryce Young being a smaller quarterback, he's able to see the field a lot better. He doesn't have to turn his back to the defense when he's doing play action. He can keep his eyes down the field. What is Bryce Young's strength? Being a processor. Being able to see the defense. If he sees and knows what you're doing, he's going to rip you apart. I think he just knows what the Falcons are doing, so he's confident in having answers to be able to make things happen. I think the Saints, again, my speculation last week was he was a little confused. They do a lot of different things with their coverage. They disguise coverages. They sped them up. They made him uncomfortable. And we just didn't have answers. But against the Falcons, even with the bum ankle, it just felt like he had all the answers to the test. I felt like he had all the answers to the test. Hell, we did more shotgun this week than we did in week 3. In week 3 against them, we did shotgun only 45.5% of the time. But of course, in week 11, 74.7. So almost a 30% increase in shotgun from the last time we played them to this time. That's a huge turnaround. It's a huge turnaround. So I want to see how we approach this moving forward. But of course, the other thing that makes Bryce Young great, and I've talked about it with you guys multiple times, is that good old empty formation. 5 wide receiver sets. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, him personally, he leads the NFL in snaps of empty formation. Empty formation, 5 wide receivers. Again, I made a video about it during the offseason. I love when stuff comes back that I talked about, and it shows. I love pulling them receipts. I love pulling them receipts because empty formation has been the difference maker. And it was this week as well. Again, the most empty snaps in the NFL. The most empty snaps in the NFL. So let's go to the tape and look at what we did out of empty this week. Y'all ready to go to the film? First film breakdown of the night. First film breakdown of the night. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, there we go. First film breakdown of the night. When Bryce is confident, man, this is what we get. He definitely had that backer in the blender. He definitely had that backer in the blender. But the empty formation, man, it's just something that he's more comfortable with. Again, we just got to find that balance of being able to go under center, but also giving Bryce Young empty to spread the field, because that's just how he's comfortable. That's how he's comfortable. He likes having all the guys out there. He likes having options. He likes having even though he only has 5 guys in protection, he still is able to feel where stuff is coming from. And that clock is in his head. You see how quick he got out of the pocket and got downhill to find Excel, or got downhill and found T-Mac. And so, or saw the blitz, got rid of it right behind him. It's just, he's a lot more comfortable spreading the field and operating in space. But I just also thought that, again, the trust factor, and that's what we're going to look at next, being able to trust other guys. He wasn't pulling the trigger to XL and Jalen Coker last week, or even anybody, to be honest, outside of T-Mac. That trust wasn't there. And I talked about, did he trust anybody like he trusted Adam Thielen? It seemed like he gave everybody a chance this week, and I loved what I saw. Let's look at it now. It's great. It's great to see, man, from Bryce. It's coming together, man. It's coming together. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, though, man. It's if we can get Bryce Young to play, like maybe Bryce Young is locking in for another late season run like he did last year. That would be just what the doctor ordered. Maybe he's just hitting a late season stride like he did last year. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's what it is. Because that would be amazing. If we can get that 2024 back half of the season Bryce Young right now, don't give me that realistic stuff like we talked about earlier. I'm getting delusional. I'm getting delusional. You know what I mean? I'm getting delusional. Don't give me that realistic stuff. You know? But Next up, the offensive standout. Tetairoa McMillan, man. 10 targets, 8 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. This is a rookie, people. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not, this may, it may sound funny, but I was sitting at the game and I'm in the lower level. I'm watching warm-ups and him lining up against I forgot who it was. But then I see him during the game line up across from AJ Terrell. This dude, T-Mac, is just like, he's a freak. Is what you said. Like, this dude, he's tall, man. It's really hard to appreciate how big this guy is until you see him kind of closer. And I wasn't like shoulder to shoulder with him or nothing like that, but just seeing him on the field next to other players and how tall he is. This dude is, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. And for him to be able to move and do the things that he does, man, we're blessed. We haven't had this type of receiver ever. Like physically gifted, ever. And I know what Steve Smith was. Steve Smith was a dog, but he wasn't physically gifted. He wasn't physically gifted. Tetairoa McMillan is physically gifted. He just looks like, he looks different, man. He looks different. And we're so fortunate to have this guy on our team, man. He's on pace for over 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. You know, but like, this is like, he's everything we could have asked for and more. Yes, I understand there's been some drops. He could probably have even more yards. But like, this is a rookie. And Hunter's saying it, not overthinking this guy. Because the Browns, I know Mason Graham has been kind of coming on lately, but they damn sure could use a receiver for whoever's playing quarterback for them. They passed on T-Mac. I'm sure the Patriots don't have any regrets. But like, T-Mac is one of them ones, bro. This guy is going to be a superstar. As a rookie, leading rookies in receiving yards, 6th in the NFL in yards as well. This guy, like, if we had consistent play from Bryce Young, it wouldn't even be a question about Offensive Rookie of the Year. I still think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But dog, what this guy is able to do has been nothing short of amazing. Nothing short of amazing, in my eyes. And I had people making me feel like I was going crazy. All the slander from Ty McShay pre-draft. I guess he was talking to his former coach. I know Steve Smith was a little skeptical of him because of his lack of speed. But like, dude, this guy has been our wide receiver one from day one. We've been getting him involved every which way. Even as a rookie, Dave Canales hasn't been shy about saying, we're running our passing game through T-Mac. We're telling everybody and their mama that T-Mac is going to get the ball. Please try to stop it. Please try to stop it. And they just haven't. And for him to have 130 yards against AJ Terrell, it's amazing. But I wanted to talk about, and this is what we're going to show. We're going to show what T-Mac shows on film. Yeah, he does give AJ Green vibes, but like, he's better after the catch, bro. He's better after the catch than AJ Green. That's the thing. We have, and he can get better. We haven't even seen the jump ball part of his game show up yet. You know? Like we hadn't even seen the 50-50, the jump ball, that type of, we haven't even seen that part of his game show up yet, y'all. He's been doing like little receiver stuff. He hadn't even done like big receiver type stuff yet. That's the thing. And he dropped 130. He hasn't even done big boy stuff yet. He's still learning how to use his body and be physical. Like, there's just so much more. That's the exciting part. He can be better. And like the catch radius just makes everything so much easier for Bryce as well. We're gonna get ready to go into the film, but I want to talk about how they used him. His slot rate this game was what stuck out. In week 1 through 10, he lined up in the slot 18.1% of the time. This week versus the Falcons, he lined up there 27.7% of the time. Big difference. May not seem like much, but it's a big difference. Playing in the slot allows you to get a lot more free access. You don't have to get jammed up. It's harder for them to, just like our defense with J.C. Horn, we don't let our best corner travel. A lot of teams don't do that. The only team that does that really is the Broncos with Pat Surtain. Nobody really travels their corners all around. So going into the slot, you get mismatches like a linebacker you saw him going against for that touchdown. You can get, like I said, you just get advantageous scenarios. And so I want to look at what he was able to do this week. Let's go to that tape. Again, T-Mac, this is a phenomenal pick. Dan Morgan, great job not big braining the decision, making common sense moves. This guy is going to be elite. This guy is going to be elite, man. He's going to be elite. And we haven't even seen the big boy receiver type of stuff from here yet. We haven't even seen the big boy receiver type of plays yet. We haven't even seen him body somebody yet. We haven't seen him put a defender on a poster yet. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't. And so there's just so much more to his game that he's going to grow on. He's still doing stuff like this. 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm excited, man. I'm so excited to see his future. He's a rookie. Y'all, he's a rookie. A rookie. He keep this up, man. He going to make about $40 million in his time for a contract. Receivers getting like $30 million now. The way this dude looking, he going to be worth about $40 million. So we better win us a Super Bowl while he on his rookie contract. Cause he gonna run them pockets. He gonna run them pockets dry when it's time. He gonna run them pockets dry when it's time. All right. Biggest issue on offense, man. You see it. Chandler Zavala. Chandler Zavala, man. This brother almost ended our season in one instance. Stepping on Bryce Young's ankle, missing the block for the blitz that got Bryce Young hit to hurt his ankle again, re-aggravate the ankle in the first place. He was the lowest graded lineman by PFF out of the game this week. But like, Zavala is a problem. Is Austin Corbett that bad? I didn't think Austin Corbett was that bad. I think Austin Corbett has some mental blunders because he doesn't play right guard that often. He doesn't play right guard that often. So there's going to be some mistakes, I guess, by Austin Corbett. But I just don't understand I don't see how he can be that much worse than Zavala. And you can even put Jake Curran in if you want to. I thought he did okay in spot duty. But is Zavala really the best option? Because we almost saw this guy take out QB1. He got blown off the ball on one play, stepped on Bryce on the key fourth down. Bryce Young couldn't get up. Again, a key fourth down in the game. And then we almost lost Bryce because he stepped on the ankle yet again. And then the running game, he was a big part of not cutting off the backside of the running game and allowing Rico to get hit. So I just they got to make something shake, man. And I know we only have one more game or two more games till the bye week. And then hopefully Rob Hunt will be back after the buys when they're targeting. They're going to practice during the bye, maybe come back then. I would love for him to come back for a stretch run for the playoffs because Lord knows we need it. Zavala's a big reason why the run game is struggling. The pass protection struggles as well. And again, he almost got Bryce hurt. Like, dang. Like, I just don't understand how we can be a serious organization if we're going to walk out and start him again. Has he improved? Yes. But that's just because as a rookie, he was the worst PFF graded lineman of all time. I'm not even kidding. His rookie year was the lowest graded offensive lineman in PFF history. And PFF, not the Bible. But they've graded a lot more linemen than I have. And for him to be the worst says a lot. This guy has had 0 blocking grades on 2 different occasions in his career. 0. You get points for putting your name on the paper, and this guy got 0. And right guard, I think they got to do Curran or Corbett. I just don't see Corbett being that much worse than Zavala. He may get beat physically because he's smaller than Zavala. But I just think from a brain standpoint and recognizing blitzes, I just think Corbett is a smarter player, has better awareness. So I just don't see how we can be a serious team and continue to put this guy out here. I don't. And again, this is just going to be a 2-game sample to get by until hopefully Rob Hunt gets back. But man, we got to do something. Something's got to give here. Somebody's going to get hurt. Dan Floyd, what up, though? Yeah, Miss Douglas said, I hope they don't start him. So I don't either. Mr. Can't get right. Bro, look. I don't know, man. We gotta do something. We gotta do something. Poor little Bryce. Bro got his ankle stepped on. And then ankle stepped on twice. Yeah, someone did get hurt. You're right. Bro, I thought we were cooked. Oh my God. I'm in the stadium with my hat off. I got my hands on my head like this when I see Bryce Young down. I'm like, bro, no, not Andy Dalton. First of all, I was like, no way I paid for these tickets to see Andy Dalton in person. 2, I was like, Bryce Young is down. 3, I'm looking at the replay. I'm like, what is Zavala doing? And I said it on both plays. Yeah, man. When your job is to protect the quarterback and you're failing, I mean, something's got to give. If they're pulling stuff based on performance, They pulled Chuba. They pulled Chuba because he wasn't producing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, so he thought he had money on Atlanta. It's crazy, man. It's every flag you expected to be Zavala. All right, let's talk about the defense, man. They made some personnel tweaks. So the Panthers, they play nickel. And you guys know what nickel is. We run that 3-4 defense, 3 D linemen, 4 linebackers. When you play nickel, you take out a linebacker and you put in a defensive back. Typically, our starting nickel or inside corner is Shaw Smith-Wade. What we like to do is we like to stay in nickel a lot of time because most of the NFL runs 11 personnel, which is 1 back, 1 tight end, aka 3 receivers. So 3 receivers, we bring in an extra defensive back. What we like to do is Morig is more of a quasi de facto linebacker, so we'll put Morig at nickel and move Shaw Smith-Wade to safety. That's kind of the tweak. And that way you can get Morig up closer to the line of scrimmage. He's more around the action. And again, he's solid in coverage at times. But he's not, that's not where his bread is buttered. You want him up close to the line of scrimmage. He's versatile like that. And so, but this time, we did not start Shaw Smith-Wade. We started Corey Thornton. Corey Thornton, the undrafted free agent rookie corner out of Louisville, got the start at nickel. The motivation behind this was because they know Drake London likes to line up in the slot. Hint, hint, we just did this whole thing about T-Mac lining up in the slot. You get favorable matchups. So we went 4 D linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs with Corey Thornton in at nickel. That way he's a bigger, more physical corner that can try to match up with Drake London compared to Shaw Smith-Wade, who was 5'10", 190 something. Not ideal length and definitely not a great matchup. In hindsight, Corey Thornton wasn't the best matchup as well because he ended up giving up some big plays. But that was what they decided to tweak. And if you look at the snap count, Corey Thornton had 46 snaps. Shaw Smith-Wade only had 15. And he lined up all over the place. He lined up in that free safety spot, had 9 snaps at free safety, allowing Morig to go into the box. But he had 28 snaps in the slot playing that nickel. Corey Thornton doesn't have a lot of speed, but he's a physical guy. He likes playing that coverage, being up in the guy's face. Had a very, very rough first half. Very, very rough first half. But down the stretch, he ended up making some plays, man. And you could tell he was competing. He was physical. He was confident out there. Apparently, he's been hooping in practice, according to Canales, so they felt like they needed to give him a chance. And so this is an undrafted free agent, Jim, another guy contributing for us, a young guy. Dan Morgan and the scouting department. Got to give them a lot of credit. Got to give them a lot of credit. But yeah, it was a tale of 2 first halves. You forced a 3 and out of opening drive. Just to note, for a statistic, the Carolina Panthers have not allowed an opening drive touchdown all season. Crazy. But they forced a 3 and out, and then they gave up 3 straight touchdown drives to the Falcons. 3 straight. Went to the half 21-10. Second half, the defense only gave up 6 points. Now, was a lot of that having to do with Michael Penix being hurt? Probably. Michael Penix was having a very, very good start. Only had 2 incompletions, and 1 was a drop to Mooney. But knocking him out of the game and getting Kirk Cousins changed everything because you couldn't tackle Bijan Robinson in the first half to save your life. But the second half, you shut him down pretty much. Still ended up with over 100 yards, of course, from scrimmage. He's going to get his yards. He's Bijan Robinson. But if you don't give up that big one, you don't give up that home run, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Right? So it is what it is. Said Thornton will match up well with Kittle. That's what I expect him to do. I expect him to use Thornton with the big physical guy. Yeah, he is a dog. Yeah, but he's competitive. Thornton is competitive. He's competitive. But what I wanted to talk about is some unsung heroes. And we're talking about Corey Thornton, and we're talking about Claudin Sherlis. Claudin Sherlis. Man, filling in for Trevin Wallace. Had 10 total tackles. Crazy. And then Corey Thornton. Corey Thornton, man, he showed up. So let's watch some film on both of them. Because Sherlis, dude, I didn't know he had it in him. I'm not gonna lie. This dude was running and hitting. He still got some stuff to do in coverage, but most of our linebackers suck in coverage. But what he was able to do, playing the run, being physical, hitting, man, it's an attitude adjustment. It's an attitude adjustment, man. Guys feel it. So let's get to the tape. I didn't know he could hit like that either, country boy. Let's get to the tape. Electric, bro. When you get them hits like that, bro, it sends a message. Guys ain't hitting like that no more in the modern NFL. Yeah, he had dudes making, Rome said it, he got guys making business decisions. Yeah, he definitely started off slow, but came on strong in the second half. He knew the assignment. Yeah, this dude, bro. Some of the stuff that he was doing, man. Like we need him to play. I would much rather feel much better with him playing with Wallace or Roseboom, not him and another inexperienced guy. But man, and he's lacking some stuff in coverage. Can be a little bit too aggressive sometimes against the run and overrun it. We saw that against the Bills. He overran that toss that James Cook cut back the very play after Wallace went out. But like, man, that type of energy, that spark, that hard hitting, that physicality, I'm excited to see him on the field Monday. I am. Third-year player, undrafted free agent, been with us since his rookie year. We didn't sign him. He was a Jet first, and we got him from the Jets. But he's been in this system. They say he studies all the time. He has great instincts against the run. Again, it's just the pass. But shedding those blocks, staying up, making hits, that's something that we haven't been seeing from some of our linebackers. They've relied on our D-line to take up all the blockers so they can run around and make plays. Sherlis, avoiding blocks, taking on blocks, keeping your feet, being physical with the tight end in the hole, shedding it and making the play. It's great. Yeah, we do need him to play like that against the Niners. IDE 1466, what up, though? Yeah, he did play with grit. Bro, that physical nature, man, it's a spark. It's a spark. Let's look at a little Corey Thornton, because there was some up and down with Corey Thornton, so I'm going to show you all of it. But let's look at Corey Thornton, the other unsung hero of this game. So I think Corey Thornton, man, a lot of great plays, man. a lot of great plays. Shereless, a lot of great plays, playing physical. I want to see what direction they go. I would expect Corey Thornton to play a lot against him. We talked about him guarding Kittle. People talked about him guarding CMC out of the backfield. I'm curious to see what Avera wants to cook up. I am. But I expect Shereless. I want to see him build off of that. I want to see Shereless build off of it. I do. Corey Thornton as well. Fine-tuning some of the kinks and the technique, learning from experience, learning on the job, getting contributions from unsung heroes, undrafted free agents, former undrafted free agents that's been second rounders and special teams guys, stepping up, making plays. The defensive standout for me is going to be Nick Gordon. 6 tackles, 2 stops, 2 pressures. This guy's actually starting to line up inside now. Didn't have a ton of reps at the 3 technique, but it's the most reps he's had inside. They're going to try to use him more, I guess, like Pat Jones. Pat Jones used to line inside at times, but Nick did it on the goal line. They did it a few times against Atlanta in the previous game in the pass rush scenarios. I would love for them to be able to do that. And they have that NASCAR package with Princely outside, Nick inside, Turk inside, and then Wanham. And so, but Nick, he's easily the best edge rusher on the team right now. Starting to become one of the better players, period, on the defense. The effort is unquestionable. He plays hard. Every snap he's out there. He hustles. He's a menace setting the edge against the run. You can see him getting better every week. I love seeing the progress. You know, I love seeing the progress. Park says second best edge in the class, and he's creeping on Abdul. Hey. You hear it. And it feels like he's not hitting that rookie wall. I don't want to knock on wood, but we're getting to that point where the season is longer than college football. So you would expect the rookie wall at some point. I don't think effort runs into a wall. If you show up and work hard and play hard, I don't know if there's a wall for that. I don't know if there's a wall for effort and energy, being a spark. You know? So I'm happy with Gordon. This draft class, man, has been so impactful. T-Mac doing his thing. Scoring doing his thing. Princely, he's still struggling on defense at times. He's been hurt a little bit, but he had the fumble recovery. Had a huge hit on kickoff during the game. ETN has played a role being a returner, being smart and fielding stuff. Ransom has played a lot for us. We see what they had to do to tweet when he wasn't playing. Mitchell Evans has made catches, been one of our best, if not our best, tight end blocker. Cam Jackson really hasn't found his game yet, but Jimmy Horn has a role clearing stuff out, being in motion, being a jet sweep guy. Then you got Corey Thornton playing significant playing time. Ben Martin Scott forced a fumble. You got so much youth, and they're all like contributing. It may not be down in and down out like T-Mac or Scorton, but guys actually having a role, making plays for us, that's new. We used to throw away draft picks. So being able to get any kind of contribution from these guys is phenomenal. You got 2 cornerstones in the first 2 rounds. And then you got guys that have defined roles that are making plays. Not to mention the undrafted free agent love that you're getting from Corey Thornton. Is he our cornerback 2 of the future? Maybe. But the biggest issue on defense was tackling. 9 missed tackles. Our corners in particular, JC and Mike Jack, had some bad missed tackles. These defenses are going to block the safety. They're going to have receivers go to block the safeties, leave corners alone. That way you get a back on a back. That's what it's called, getting a running back on a cornerback, a back on a back, and make them tackle. If you miss 9 tackles against Bijan Robinson, who you think coming to town on Monday? Christian McCaffrey leads the NFL in missed tackles forced. If you do not figure this stuff out, he will embarrass you. Bijan is probably a little bit more like shifty in terms of like, I don't know, like slippery. But Christian, and contact balance wise, like strength wise, contact balance wise, but Christian McCaffrey is shifty. He can find little creases and get through there and make you miss. He may not make you look completely stupid like Bijan will, but he'll make you miss. So this is something that has to get cleaned up. They tackled well in the second half. Shoot, they tackled well in the first Atlanta matchup. But that first half, a lot of the missed tackles just led to big plays. This 9 missed tackles isn't the highest they've had this year. But it just felt like every missed tackle led to something huge. It was a corner on the outside. Missing, they ended up getting the first down. It was a corner bouncing off of Bijan in the backfield. Bijan prances into the end zone. We have to clean this up. Christian McCaffrey will exploit you. Again, Christian McCaffrey leads the NFL in missed tackles forced. He does. You know what type of timing he's on. Get it together. Bring your hard hat. Stop arm tackling. Wrap up. Wrap up long enough for the game to get there. Wrap up long enough for the game to get there. But Matal Lomax, what up, though? Brandon Harris, what up, though? Colt Boys in the building. But yeah, man, just it feels like we have the young players contributing. Like we're like, and somebody asked about it being ahead of schedule. I think the ahead of schedule part is just like how much we're like where we are with the amount of youth we're playing. The amount of youth we're playing. We're playing a lot of young guys, and we're 6-5 going into week 12 with our destiny in our control. Yes, like we're getting guys experience, and we're actually doing some winning. We're doing some winning and competing while young guys are learning. The fact that we're playing young guys is why you're going to have letdowns against the Saints. It's why that you're going to have some blown coverages, some missed coverages, and some technique issues. It's why early on in the season you're going to struggle trying to figure out how to win on the road, starting 0-3 on the road. It's a young team. And like big picture, again, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're winning and you have young guys. Not to look too far ahead in the offseason, but once you play all these young guys, you start to figure out what you have. You start seeing where the clear holes are on your team, and then you can address it. You can go BPA. We definitely need a linebacker. We definitely could use some more juice at pass rush. We could definitely use a top-notch nickel corner that's a true nickel that can cover. That way, we ain't got to worry about JC traveling, or if you can have JC travel and put another corner on the outside and play more man coverage. Use some O-line depth. Right? Maybe a dynamic after the catch tight end, like a big body dynamic one as well if you want to. Just to be able to stretch the field. We don't have a stretch the field type of guy. Safety, of course. Nick Scott's going to be a free agent. So, like, you're starting to figure out who's serviceable, who can compete, who has potential, but you're winning at the same time. And guys are developing. Scoring is making strides every week. You can see him, for watching him be so lost and confused in that Patriots game, his first start, to now, where he's one of the anchors on the defense, is just remarkable to watch. Remarkable to watch. It's a good spot to be in. Good spot to be in. But we'll talk about San Francisco a little bit later this week. I'm already at 2 hours. So I'm going to get up off here, guys. I really appreciate everybody watching. Shout out to all the super chats. Shout out to all the members. If you want to be a member and support the channel, get some bonus content, film breakdowns, and I'll be shouting out different deals and steals I see, especially around Black Friday, on Panthers gear for the cheap. I send it exclusively to people that are members. Do that. Become a rookie or a vet. You get the full show breakdown. You can watch it on replay, unedited. And you get your individual film breakdowns as well. All right. But shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm about to go get me a sandwich. I'm hungry. Make sure you guys are liked and subscribed to the channel. Love y'all. Go Panthers. Keep pounding. A lot of opportunity. Get ready for Monday. Okay. I will be in San Fran. So I'm trying to get some cool content there. This tailgate is going to be lit. I'm going to the rally zone, or red zone, whatever it's called, red rally, whatever. Before that. And so it's going to be fun. I'll be at that game Monday. So I'm bringing my A game, y'all. I'm bringing my A game. But all right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.